I am so... Today, the doctors are just pissing me off. Hey guys, good morning. So I'm headed to the church where I have a donation drive box for like pretty much anything. Typically it's toys, but anything. So it's been there for a really long time without any donations. And so like I guess the first like 3 weeks to a month, they never even took up my box, like put it where it was supposed to go. And I went there looking for it a billion times. And then when I finally got in contact with the person, they're like, yeah, we forgot, and then we got busy, then we had an event, then it was Easter, and etc. So it went out after Easter, and you know, sometimes the donation box doesn't really go anywhere unless like the people know what the box is about. It's really bright, and so I had to like make several different flyers for like weeks at a time. So I felt like almost 2 months. Oh my god, these are so messed up. So anyway, long story short, I got an email last night stating that they'd like me to pick up donations. So I'm assuming my box is too full, but I'm nervous when I go there and it's gonna be like 4 items in there, and I'm like, that's not full. Like, this box is 4 feet tall, but we'll see. So I look like a mess. Whoop-de-doop. Anyway, I'm here at the church and I am so sick and tired of coming here. And their back door, which is their classrooms, is always locked. Now, these doors are closed and locked. I don't know why there's always such a problem. Okay, guys. Okay.
Yeah, I know it looks better.
Yeah, she said it was the large room across from PK. So maybe. Yep, that's it. So that's not even close to what I was expecting. Got the box, I found the box, and there was like nothing in it. And I mean, of course there was something in it, but not even close enough that I should had to come and pick anything up. Now, this topic is something you've heard before, and I don't really complain necessarily, but there's one thing that I do complain about quite often, and honestly, it's not like I'm complaining about it so much. Oh my god, I'm a mess. Is my dad. So, he needs help. I know that, you know, and it's only nice for me to help if I can. So today, he's like, hey, so I need you to help me with some stuff outside. I automatically always go like, you know, mouth open, eyes bright, open and big and everything. And he's like, there are things that you should be able to do. They're easy, because he's doing a lot of construction outside, building walls and building all kinds of like housing in our yard. So now, I'm not gonna lie, the stuff that he had me do, at least just now, were very easy, like very easy. but it's easy in the cold or in like the cool. He went on and on about, yesterday he went on and on about how tomorrow's gonna be dreadful today because it's going to be in like the upper 90s, close to like I think it's like 98 degrees with a, I'm gonna get this digit wrong, but it was high. It was like 75% humidity, and that might be actually right. That's crazy, which is going to make it feel like it's in the triple digits. So with him saying that, why would you ask me to help you outdoors? One, I can't be in the heat. And two, you go on and on about how it's gonna be dreadful for you. Humidity is worse for me. I just don't understand how his brain works, like how that seems logical to him. So thankfully it was easy work, so it wasn't hard, but it was hard in the sense that within minutes I was sitting down and he goes, what are you, out of breath? I go, and he was nice about it. I was like, no, not out of breath. I was like, it's hot and I can't breathe, in a sense of like my heart's racing, which makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm shaky, I'm dizzy, you know. And he's like, oh, okay. I'm like, yep. And then moments after, because all right, well, let's go pull this what do you call it, wagon up this really big hill. So I pulled while he helped push. It was dreadful, and it was bad. So it only took a half hour to do everything or less, but that's only because I'm going to my appointment and he's expecting me to help for probably a few hours once I get back home. And I'm dreading it because the later in the day, the worse it's gonna be. It is only 11 o'clock. I'll be back home probably around 4, and 3 o'clock is the high peak hours here in Minnesota. And this is just a reason why I want my doctor to call him and explain to him what I can and cannot do, so that my dad hears it from a doctor and not myself. Look a mess. I'm here at one of my neurologist's clinic waiting for some records. My records about my heart and POTS and stuff, so that I can bring it to my first appointment today, to see my cardiologist from back in the day before I used to go to Mayo Clinic. My Mayo Clinic wants me to like have a cardiologist in town, and since I have history with him, I want to see him. And he just wants to know what's been happening since the last time I've seen him, which has been over a year. So just waiting for some records, and then we'll head to the appointment. I think we're gonna be early, so we're probably gonna stop and get some food. Just another day in the neighborhood, hanging out at the doctor's office. I look fabulous. Like, oh my gosh, I just look so sexy. So, I made it in to my first appointment, and let's just see what happens. I mean, we're not really doing anything. It's more like just to reestablish myself here in case of anything. My drive here from getting my, sorry, the nurse came back and was like, the doctor wants you to fill this out. Okay, basically if I want to share my information with anybody. And I'm like, no, I'm good. So anyway, leaving the other clinic where I had to basically get my records. Have you guys ever read your record? Typically you don't get them. You get the little paper that you leave with from the doctor about what you discussed that day. Well, I'm not happy about the way my doctor sees me, what he feels about me, who he thinks I am. He used harsh words to me that hurt me, and I honestly never want to see his face ever again. I'm beyond pissed. Like, I'm not happy with him, and I really don't want to ever see him again. And I'm hoping that there's a way that I can just skip him altogether and just leave him, because he's not a doctor that I want in my life. So my appointment is done, and I cried for the first time in a really, really, really long time to the doctors. Now, like, I've cried during a testing, things like that, but to actually just go there to discuss stuff to the doctor, it's been a while. And I almost cried twice, but I held it in, and then like I was able to like just forget about it and not show any tears. But at the very end, like the last like 20 seconds, it just got waterier and waterier, and he kept staring at me, which made me feel uncomfortable, and it just got bad. And I felt absolutely stupid because I print out all this stuff. I go all over the place printing out stuff, and he didn't even want to look at it. And then I'm like, can you just look at the stuff I have for you? So he looked at it, and he goes, you do have irregular heartbeats. We never said you don't, you know. You have all these different things like PACs and SVTs and all these other weird little things. And we just don't know why you have it. And we're not saying that you don't. When, you know, he goes, we see that Mayo Clinic wanted you to see psychiatry. Have you done that? And I go, no, I basically go there for my heart. And he says, see psychiatry. Like, that's an insult to me. And he's like, that's not what he means. I'm like, that's what he told me too. And he goes, sometimes it's hard for people to be ill, and, you know, going to psychiatry to discuss how you're sick and how it affects your life is different, and maybe that could help, you know, help you. That's my doctor right there. All right. So, like, and I understood what my first doctor at Mayo Clinic was saying, but at the same time, it just made it, like, it was an insult to me, and I didn't like the way it made me feel, or how he made me feel. But you are getting the treatment you can get. Like, there is no real explanation why you have certain symptoms. Like, you are having them. We're not saying you don't, which is why we're giving you certain medications, but there is no actual reason. And since there's no reason, there's nothing we can do by treating it. He goes, you're kind of in that situation where you have to live with what you have, and we can treat it as best as we can without knowing what the real reason of this condition that you're having. We can't name it because we don't know what it is, where it's coming from, or why it's coming, and things like that. And I just was crying. So afterwards, he realized that he broke my heart. Like, I just felt, I was like, I got so mad and so mean so quickly that I ended up saying, I was like, you know what? I'm just fucking tired with this. And I said this word from word, minus a little change. I'm fucking tired with this. I honestly just want to move far away and start from scratch. Act like I've never seen a doctor, and just act like I've never heard of these conditions, and just go to the doctor and just say, I'm having these symptoms that I'm curious on what's happening, and just start from scratch, you know? And I said, I'm also really at the point where I just want to stop all my fucking medications and just let myself fall apart, because what's the matter? Like, no one's helping me. Like, you guys are telling me to go see psychiatry. I also read in my notes from the other doctor, not this one, that he believes that my symptoms are all related to my medications. That if I stop my medications, my symptoms will go away. Wow. Okay, so the medications that I was taking that had no side effects are making me sick. And when I was living in Florida, when I was completely healthy, and I became sick and fainting and all these symptoms arise, my symptoms were causing this, even though I obviously wasn't on any medications at the time. Like, none. I was laughing and making money and working with no medications in sight. But those symptoms I was getting were related to, bad effects from my medications. Now, yes, I am on medications now, but I'm still as sick as I was before. Like, and none of it makes any sense. And they're finding really bad excuses for not figuring out what the hell's wrong with me. Is that after he knew he broke my heart, he goes, you know what if I make an appointment for you to see Dr. Bandit or Benedict, whatever. I said, he goes, he actually invented the tilt table. I go, what? He goes, no, he invented it. He works at the U of M, which is where I'm at, but I'm at like the small clinic in a hospital. The U of M is actually like the big hospital. He goes, do you want to see him? He goes, would that make you feel better? Like, he specializes in making the tilt table, which means he has a little bit more knowledge about, a little bit things that don't have like really any explanation. And I go, yeah, I would. Like, he may not have any answers either, but yes, thank you. And he goes, I'll do that for you. So I already made an appointment, but it's not until August 15th. So I have like a month and a half before I can see him, but that's fine. Doctor number 2. I am so... today the doctors are just pissing me off. I'm home safe and sound, just making a smoothie. This is the light of my day.
我警告你，你要再给我捣乱，我就不客气。